Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Grab your coffee. Right? What we're going to be talking about today is what people are seeing and experiencing in everyday life when it comes to being of the prepared mind. I get sent pictures and videos and emails all the time, and I love them. And if you would like to do so, my email is in the description box below. Okay, so this first picture that was sent to me was sent by my meme guy. Yes, he makes me my memes. And he said, I'm going to say no ho to you-hoo. Oh, blasphemy. It is blasphemy. Look, it contains a bioengineered food ingredient, not the yoo-hoo. Not the yoo-hoo. Okay, now this email comes from a community member, and she said these things they're doing, train derailments, farmland, etc., is to push people into the 15-minute cities. Yeah, I couldn't agree with you. Couldn't agree with you more. You know, there's agendas, and there's so much that I want to say, but I can't. You know what I mean? And she said where they have total control. Bill Gates owns approximately 75,000 acres of land here in Arkansas, bought under the radar just like everywhere else, so farmers can't produce food. Everything is involved in their plans, even things you wouldn't think of, methodically calculated and timed. They're kicking us while we're down like a foreign army, and with half of the country asleep, it makes it easy. Those of us that are awake have a huge battle in front of us because they are targeting us. They're coming after us first. Lock and load, prepare, pray, don't fear. We're going to need the courage and the strength. And yes, we are. We have to stand together. We really do. You know, you guys know that on New Year's Eve, right, my house, my car was hit by a drunk driver at 3:30 in the morning, right? And I had a contractor here just yesterday, and we were talking about, you know, everything that's going on in the world, and especially here in this country. And, you know, come to find out, he's one of us. And he said, you know, he can't believe everything that's going on either, you know, and he said this is all part of a plan. And I mean, we were talking for hours, all the while he's fixing the stucco and repainting my house and stuff like that. Fantastic guy, fantastic, highly recommend him. And you know, it's just unbelievable that everything that we're going through, I can't even put it into words. I really can't anymore. But it's all a part of like this bigger plan. And I don't think we've seen, I think we've only seen just little bits and pieces. I really do. I think we've only seen little bits and pieces. We haven't seen anything yet. And that's really scary. But I really believe that we have not seen anything yet. And it's so sad. It's so sad to even think that way, but it's the God's honest truth. Okay, so here is another email from a community member. She said, I have family living along the Ohio-West Virginia border, and my siblings own farmland an hour south of Columbus, Ohio. A few weeks ago, a family member told me that every EMS provider in the state was recently given their own jump bag with several $100s worth of medical supplies to keep in their own personal vehicles in case of a mass casualty event. What does that tell you? Okay, what does that right there tell you? Okay, additionally, military medical bags were donated to at least one sheriff's office with chest seals, blood clot, tourniquet, etc. What does that tell you? It is just screaming to me that there's something more coming down the pike. Now, this morning, she said, I came across an article from Natural News which mentions that the future build site of a $50 billion incinerator is to be around Parkersburg, West Virginia, a city along the Ohio River and south of East Palestine. Keep in mind that DuPont is also in Parkersburg. It could be nothing, but with what is happening just north of Parkersburg, West Virginia, in East Palestine, I'm growing anxious that another tragedy is going to strike that region again. Yes. It's almost like the people in this community, it's almost like we can smell it. It's so strange, but it's so true. She said, I believe you're right that those in East Palestine will be bought out soon. Yeah, it's almost like it's a given. That's exactly what's coming. Why? Because the land is no longer livable. They can't live on contaminated soil. They have to get those residents out. They will buy them out of their homes. They will demolish everything. And then whammo, here comes the elites and whatever else. Yeah. She said people may be forced out of these unsafe rural areas into the 15-minute cities we hear so much about. Yeah. Yes. It's exactly what's going to happen. It's exactly what's going to happen. Now, here is another email, okay? She said, I would like to tell you some things that I know about East Palestine. I live 135 miles west of East Palestine. First off, this area is fully loaded with Amish in Ohio and Pennsylvania. Deep state hates them. Enough said. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I remember going up to Lancaster in Pennsylvania, you know, and it's just, that was all Amish and Mennonite. She said, my governor is Mike DeWine. He is a rhino and does nothing to help Ohio. Suddenly, he's wearing a black boot. It is alleged that said boot covers an ankle monitor. Shut up. Rumor is he took some cash from the railroad. At this point, that is only rumor, but I am trying to uncover the truth to see if that is true. Agenda 2030 already has laws attached to it. It says that if you live in the area where the land and water are poisoned around you, that the government has the right to move you off of your property and place you in a smart city. Yes, 110% true. 110% true. That's also about the video that I did about Martinez, California. Their land is now, if you have a garden, you cannot eat your harvest, okay, because of the soil is now toxic because of a catalyst that exploded. So you can't eat your harvest. So now their land is now considered contaminated. And that happened in November of last year. But the health department was never notified until now. So, yeah. So, she said Agenda 2030 already has laws attached to it. A smart city is nothing more than an electronic concentration camp where you can be monitored. You have to stay where the government moves you. Exactly. In April's newsletter, okay, I'm working on it right now. If you don't believe that you have 15-minute cities right where you live, you got another thing coming. Research has been done, okay, and this community member is one of the ones that is helping me doing the research. And when I tell you, there are 15-minute cities in just about every state, okay, and Florida actually has a lot of them. Yeah. She said there are a lot of minerals located in the East Palestine area. The rumor is that why Shell purchased land along the river, you know, Shell gas station, okay. They want those minerals mined from the land. Shell will be able to pollute everything, and they can blame it on the railroad accident. I worked for the DOD for 23 years, 20 years in the Army, 3 years in the Air Force. I hear a lot of things, even though I have been gone for a long time. Some of those train cars seem to be painted black. Yes, they are, especially those ones in California, remember, that were found in the middle of literally like wine country? Yeah, I still can't find anything on that. My best guess is that those belong to the federal government. Makes me wonder if this is really just chemicals or if nuclear waste is involved. I have heard that they send the waste products via rail And they do it late night, early morning. They don't want anyone to know what is in those tanker cars. This incident set me off. The whole thing has fingerprints all over it. Yep, Billy Boy's fingerprints. None of those derailments are accidents. Personally, I have never believed in coincidences. Me neither. My discernment is off the charts right now. Not getting much sleep right now. My cousin purchased a house in the mountains of North Carolina. Has a main house and a cabin. All of the male cousins spent the weekend upgrading the 2 houses. Oh, that's going to be beautiful, huh? Oh my God, I love it. Oh my God. Love, love, love it. Oh my God, I would love to visit that. Okay. Oh wow. Thank you for your email. It's awesome. Okay, so here's a picture that I'm going to put up for you, and it's of a recipe. It's for Mountain Man breakfast casserole. Oh, sounds delicious. So pause it so you can write everything down. Okay, now I'm going to put up 2 pictures for you. Okay, pause, read. That's all I can say. Okay, without getting a STRIKE. Right on. Okay, now here's a video that was sent to me of really good idea for storing your preps.
You could stack them, but then you wouldn't have this benefit. You can pull it out, grab what you need. I can grab a bag, put this back, go on, and then pull out the next shelf and then grab what I need out of there.
And here's a picture that was sent to me about Maryland 2 tanker explosion 3423. And it was Frederick, Maryland. And down at the bottom here, it says, how'd you make people move from the cities? You render the land useless. Agenda 2130. And here is another picture for you. It says U.S. cattle inventory sinks to lowest level since 1962, a 70-year low. The ranching industry has been under attack for decades, and beef inventory proves it. Our food-producing industry is under egregious attack by technocrats and their environmental minions at all levels: water, seeds, land, fertilizer, mandates, etc. Government meddling needs to be halted to stop the decline. The United Nations has long declared that the red meat needs to disappear, and it is. And here's another picture for you. Ford cars, files patent for systems to repossess vehicles by locking features self-driving capabilities. And now I leave you with this video, okay? All right, guys, you stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fearless. Ciao.
Mother of 5 boys, and I have a 1, a 2-year-old, and a 10-year-old still at home with me.
It's been 3 weeks now since the toxic train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, as you know. And he says it tells you he doesn't care about us. They're asking, is the president coming to Ohio? Do you have any plan to travel to Ohio, and have you talked with the mayor yet?
Let's put this in perspective. Within 2 hours, the EPA was in there. Within 2 hours.
They are only helping Norfolk clean up the mess that they refused to clean up. They threw dirt over it, laid those tracks down, and got them trains rolling.
Within 2 hours. 2 hours.
And even as we're doing this, another Norfolk Southern train rolling through town.
Profit before people. We are in the same boat today as we were the first day they lifted that evacuation.
Travel there, and have you talked with the mayor?
I can't recall whether I don't think I've talked to the mayor. I've talked to everyone else there, and multiple times. Both governors. I've talked to everyone there is to talk to.
They've not only ruined my home, my health of my children, they have ripped my life away from me. They aren't helping the people of this town. They aren't providing us housing elsewhere. And everybody says, if you're getting sick, why are you staying there? Because we don't have the means to leave. I can't afford my mortgage and another house payment or to stay in a hotel room.